You know that feeling, right? Your phone buzzes, it's a group invitation, and instead of feeling excited, you just feel instantly drained. For so long, we've been told that a huge circle of friends means you're winning at life. But what if having just a few friends, or even none, isn't a weakness at all? What if it's actually a sign of some rare psychological strength? Well, let's break down what's really going on. Just think about it for a second. Do you ever feel like you'd much rather spend a Saturday night with a good book than at some loud dinner party making painful conversation about things that just don't matter? If you're nodding along right now, you are definitely in the right place. So here's the big idea we're flipping on its head today. This isn't about being antisocial or failing at human connection. Nope, it's about having a set of really uncommon traits that frankly most people just can't handle. And the first one, oh, it's a big one. A complete intolerance for anything fake. Okay, so trait number one, you have this incredibly low tolerance for fake personalities. And this isn't about you being judgmental. It's about having a super highly tuned internal radar for what's real and what's not. You see, most social circles are just filled with people wearing these social masks. They'll smile right to your face while hiding what they truly feel, all just to fit in. But for you, it's different. You don't just see the mask, you can literally feel it. Your brain picks up on these little cues almost instantly. You notice the tiny shifts in someone's energy, the real tone behind their words, the little micro expressions that everybody else just completely misses. It's not that you're looking for trouble, it's that you would genuinely rather be alone in silence than suffer through one more conversation that isn't real. And that leads us perfectly into our second trait. You're not just running away from fake people, you're actively running towards something much, much rarer, genuine, deep connections. This is all about understanding what fills you up versus what just empties the tank. You know, the small talk about the weather or the latest gossip, that stuff just feels painfully empty. But conversations about big ideas, what makes people tick, the meaning of life, that's where you feel alive. Your brain is just wired for insight, not for noise. And this is the key distinction right here. It's not that you're pushing people away, it's that you have incredibly high standards for who you decide to pull close. You'll choose to be on your own until you find someone who actually matches your own inner depth. All right, let's move on to our third trait, which really explains that pure exhaustion you can feel after social events. It all comes down to your unique social battery. You know, psychology actually has a term for this, high social sensitivity. What it means is that when you're in a conversation, your brain is working in overdrive. You're processing information on so many different levels, absorbing every little tone shift and nonverbal cue. So every single interaction literally costs you more energy. Think about it like this. An extrovert might leave a party feeling totally energized and buzzed, right? But you leave feeling like your battery has been completely drained to zero. And that's why being alone isn't just a preference for you. It's mandatory, it's recovery. It's how your brain recharges and finds its balance again. Now, this constant need for recovery actually builds something really powerful in you, and that's our fourth trait, a deep and powerful sense of independence. You don't just tolerate being alone, you're radically self-reliant. In psychology, this is called low social dependency, and it's a pretty fascinating trait. It basically means your stability comes from the inside. You don't need a cheering section to feel confident or motivated, because you've learned how to solve your own problems and find comfort inside your own mind. And this quote just captures that spirit perfectly, doesn't it? A lot of the time, this self-reliance is tied to a really strong sense of purpose. You have goals you want to hit, ideas you want to build, and you just understand that real focus sometimes means your social circle is going to naturally shrink. All right, let's look at our fifth and final trait. Now, this isn't about being cold or distant. It's about having a well-guarded heart, which is really just a learned form of self-respect. So many people with few friends share a common history, some kind of past betrayal or disappointment that totally rewired how their brain handles trust. This creates what's called a high trust threshold. It just means you observe people a lot longer, and you listen way more closely before you even think about letting them in. The reality is, while a lot of people are out there collecting casual acquaintances like their trading cards, you are incredibly selective about who gets access to your emotional world. That high bar for your inner circle, that's not an accident. It's by design. And it is so important to reframe this trait for yourself. Your caution isn't some baseless suspicion or paranoia. It's wisdom. It's a powerful form of self-respect that you, my friend, likely learned the hard way. So let's start to bring this all together. If you've ever felt like you're hard to love or that something is just wrong with you, this idea right here is for you. It's not about being unlovable. It's about refusing to settle. Here it is, the ultimate truth. Having few friends doesn't mean you're flawed. A lot of the time, it just means you're too real for a society that's built on surface-level connections. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Take a good look at your life and just ask yourself this one question. Some people are surrounded by friends, and others are just surrounded by noise. But you might just be surrounded by clarity. So if you enjoyed this, consider liking the video. Also, if you want more psychology-based insights explained in simple, practical language, hit subscribe. And remember, understanding yourself is the first step to changing your life. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.